This week, the UK government announced it was going to restart selling weapons to Saudi Arabia for use in the war in Yemen, a country which is the world's worst humanitarian crisis, with 20 million people on the brink of famine. Last week, there were airstrikes on civilian targets, and earlier in the year, at the height of the coronavirus pandemic, a food convoy was destroyed. Despite all this, the UK government says that there's no risk of British weapons being used to violate human rights. This looks like a purely political decision. The government is determined to restart these arms sales, which are highly lucrative for British businesses. The UK arm of the Raytheon missile company, which sells a lot of weapons for the war in Yemen, is chaired by a Conservative peer, Lord Strathclyde.
We will be extremely powerful.
The UK government says that it has one of the most robust arms export control systems in the world. However, Declassified has found evidence that inspections at BAE Systems and Raytheon factories have been missed, and that some of the sites haven't been inspected in nearly 5 years, pretty much throughout the whole of the Yemen war. The UK has not stopped selling weapons to Saudi Arabia, nor has it stopped supporting the Saudi Arabian Air Force, Army and Navy, and that of its coalition partners like the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. Investigations by Declassified these last few months have found evidence of a weekly flight going from a BAE Systems weapons factory in England to Saudi Arabia. This weekly resupply flight has stopped off at an RAF base in Cyprus, which is just one example of how the Royal Air Force is complicit in arming Saudi Arabia. Royal Air Force personnel have also been training 310 members of the Saudi military in England and Wales last year, including on the Typhoon, which is one of the powerful fighter jets that Saudi Arabia uses to bomb Yemen. The British Army has also been training the Saudi military in England and also Bahraini soldiers as well. We found evidence of a sniper course and also an artillery course. Most importantly, we found evidence that the Royal Navy is complicit in the starvation of Yemen by giving training to the Saudi and Emirati Navy in skills like board and search, skills that these navies can use to stop vessels entering Yemen, where there's a sea blockade, which aid agencies have said is worsening the humanitarian crisis, and UN experts have said it violates international law.